my darlings. Um, so I don't know really what to say first. I've been trying like crazy to sell this art because ChatGPT helped me with the pricing and convinced me that I'd be able to get $150,000, $175,000 out of this art that was given to me that I planned to buy this property with. I mean, I would never have looked at the property if ChatGPT hadn't been gaslighting me, telling me that it was possible. So last night, after people kept questioning the prices, I ran it through two other AIs, one of which told me it was worth half of what ChatGPT said, and the other one that told me it was worth half of that. So, judging by the fact that it hasn't been selling with ChatGPT, keep insisting that those are the prices I should list it at. Do not go below. Well, I got my hopes up, and I found this really cool off-grid property that had outbuildings we could run the business out of, and a mobile home, and it was a cash-only deal. It was $150,000, and it felt doable. If the art's worth half that, then at least it was a decent down payment. If it's worth a quarter of that, but ChatGPT gaslighting me, everything it told me to do, I did. It told me to build a website, so I did. It told me where to list it on eBay and Etsy and Facebook Marketplace. It told me to contact galleries. It told me to contact specific art auctions, and none of those things have worked. So basically, ChatGPT has been running me around for 3 months, getting me nowhere, but keeping my hopes up. And well, I finally decided that I should at least half the prices because I don't think ChatGPT knew what the hell it was talking about. But today, we got some new news, and you know, this whole time it's kept me thinking that I was going to be able to get the few supplies we needed to expand our business from Dream Wands to add in custom-made games, board games and card games that I've designed, and journals and notebooks and notepads and jewelry and things that are in line with what we do, lapel pins, things like that, things that I know sell. But yeah, it kept me thinking I was going to be able to expand my business, and I just was given a whole bunch of jewelry supplies, so I was getting jewelry together to start this, and then we also got a bunch of lapidary supplies, so I was going to get some silver clay and start making silver and stone jewelry, and well, all of that kind of came to a halt today on New Year's Eve. Wonderful, huh? The county is cracking down on people living in their RVs, and Colorado is pretty down on people living in their RVs. It's not really allowed anywhere anymore, and so I'm living on about $400 a month after I pay my bills because I'm disabled. And I've never let my disability get me down. I've never let the constant pain get me, like, keep me down. I've never let the constant headaches keep me down from the head injury. Like, I've always just tried to keep moving forward no matter what happened. But now we're losing our home, the place we've been living in. We've got nowhere to go, and even there's nowhere that'll let us live in our RVs. An RV park's just not going to work because we've got the RV we live in, and then my business, my store, and the camper full of supplies, and it kind of looks like we're going to have to liquidate everything that I've collected. The t-shirt press that I just needed to get t-shirts for, and transfers, the jewelry equipment, the rock equipment. It looks like we're going to have to liquidate everything I've built up for my business just to survive. And that's kind of the end of my business, kind of the end of my dreams. And honestly, my dreams are what's kept me going. My dreams are what makes it so when I'm bedridden a few days a week that I can get up and keep working, for the hope that I would be able to have some sort of life. $400 a month is not even enough to rent an RV space in most places, let alone places to store all of the stock, and the camper full of equipment, and the trailer full of equipment. And yeah, I felt like I was so close, that I was almost there. I just needed to sell this art, and for all I know, the art's worth, I don't know, according to, depending on, it's worth anywhere from 150,000, stupid ChatGPT, to 30,000 according to Google AI, and somewhere in between according to Microsoft AI. And yeah, I think I've kind of hit the end of my rope right now. It's not even just will I be able to get that property, it's I'm going to have to sell everything to survive. And I'm going to have to give up, and I don't know if I can make it if I give up the hope of, I don't know, the business, this house in California, being able to keep working at festivals. Because that's the one thing I could do, is I can't work a regular job because I'm sick all the time and never know when I'm going to be throwing up or have diarrhea or be sleeping, stuck in bed because I'm too dizzy to walk. But the festivals, I can get through a couple hours at a festival. I can always rest, whatever. Festivals were kind of all I had, plus I really enjoyed being around large groups of happy people. That kind of kept me going. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm really angry with ChatGPT right now for keeping my hopes up, for making me feel like I had some support there, and telling me, oh, just do this and you can sell some art. And it was gaslighting me the whole time. And I don't know what I'm going to do. But I don't know of any counties around here that will allow you to continue living in an RV. I can't afford rent. I can't afford rent on an RV lot, let alone a place that has room for a workshop. I don't know, this might be the end. I might have run out of hope. And I hope that changes. But what a way to ring in the new year, huh? But yeah, the county is cracking down, and everybody in the valley is being evicted from RVs, so it's not just me. Gonna be a lot more homeless people, so well done there. And let's be honest, nobody would really want to live in this county if it wasn't affordable. There's nothing to offer. And they're really stupidly strict with businesses and really stupidly strict with side hustles. And yeah, Swatch County is pretty much making themselves unlivable and unwantable, killing their tax base. It's dumb. And I don't know why. I understand that a lot of growers came here, and a lot of those growers really trashed the area, and that's one thing. But there are an awful lot of elderly people and good people who are only able to live in RVs and campers, and they're not even going to be able to do that in a friend's yard anymore. So, Swatch County, you're dumb. Where I'm gonna go, I don't know. I put up a GoFundMe for the property, but I don't know why I did, because I don't really feel a lot of hope for much of anything right now. Looking at having to sell all the equipment that I've been hoarding for the last 10 to 15 years to restart my store. Having to sell my store, my camper, my store that's in a camper. Definitely won't be able to afford events or anything. I don't know where I go from here. My head's not in a great place right now to even think about it, but I've got about 30 days to pretty much liquidate my assets. And I don't know what after that. I can't even imagine what comes after that. Low-income housing is gone. It's been pretty much used up, and it's a very, very long waiting list, even when it is. But the last time I tried to apply, there was no waiting list. The last few times I've tried to apply, there's not even a waiting list. It's just full, and there's not a whole lot of hope for people who are struggling anymore. So, I don't know what this means, other than don't use ChatGPT for anything important, because it's just going to lie to you. And it's just going to keep telling you it's going to be okay when it's not. I even tried a little bit today to research on it, and it just made me mad and blowing more sunshine up my butt. So, I don't really know what else to say. I have worked so hard, not just to sell the art and assemble jewelry, but the graphics for my card games, the inventing new games, my sticks business, getting the disability grant to start my business selling sticks. I've worked so hard, and it's all been a waste. So, I don't know. I really wanted that property. It's off-grid, a place we could raise food and animals, raise chickens, be sustainable, low utilities. We just needed a solar system, and we might have been able to get by. That's the whole point of me choosing that property. And Right now, $150,000 sounds like $5 million. And I don't know how I'm going to keep working while being even more homeless than I already am. I've already been living without running water for a year and a half. So I don't know. But yeah, thanks, County. Um, you just screwed a whole lot of people. You know, raising property values isn't going to do much good when nobody wants to live here because everybody had to move away because there's no jobs here. It's dumb. Like, they think they're so special and such a, you know, high-end resort community, I guess. When everybody I've ever talked to is like, Swatch, there's nothing there. And I'm like, yeah, there's a few things there, but those businesses are going to suffer because they're losing a lot of people too. So anyway, that's my New Year's Eve. So I did start a GoFundMe. I'll link it. $150,000 is a lot right now. And the art, it's not really moving. And even if it does, it's probably not worth near enough to even get my foot in the door, so maybe it's time for me to just give up. Anyway, I hope you're having a better New Year's than I am. I love you.